Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at a basic course in Python. Alright, I had some suggestions for this. I'm actually currently going through some courses on my own and decided to share some of my knowledge with all of you. This course is not to make you a pro. It's a really basic course and it's only going to have a few lectures, not that many. And the main aim of this course is to get you familiar with basic Python text, basic Python formatting. And this is just to get you started with it. We're all stuck in our homes anyways right now, and why not learn a new skill, right? So before further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so right here I have an Anaconda Navigator. It's an application which you can download both on PC, Mac, or Linux. And I downloaded it too, the link will be in the description. I'm going to use this instead of Python right now because it's a better way to teach. It's interactive and it immediately processes the code. You'll see what I mean just in a second. So let's go ahead and launch the Jupyter Notebook, which is basically an interacting web-based computing notebook which allows you to edit and run code. So here we're just loading it, and here it brings us to this sort of file. I'm just going to go quickly to my desktop, go to coding, and I've already created a coding file. We're going to go here into new and create a new Python 3 notebook. Now, I'm going to give you guys a decision. You don't actually have to code along with me, or you don't even have to code at all. This can be just a way for you to just watch. Maybe it'll be entertaining for you. Alright, now this is a very, very important part of Python. You have to learn these. They're rather simple actually. They come from integers all the way to booleans. So integers, which are whole numbers, floating points, which are numbers with a decimal point, strings, which are just words, and basically ordered sequences of characters in quotation marks. We'll get to that later. Lists, which are in square brackets, hold a sequence of objects. Dictionaries are unordered, but key values which store information. Tuples are in brackets and are ordered immutable sequences of objects, meaning they can't be changed later on. Sets are unordered collection of unique objects. You can only have unique objects in a set. For example, you can't have two twos or let's say a double of a certain value. It has to be unique. And booleans, which indicate true or false. Okay, let's go back to our Jupyter Notebook and let's just name this Hello World. So let's just start by some really basic things. This is a test demo. See, as I used a hashtag, this is just a piece of text which doesn't do anything. To run a code in Jupyter Notebook is shift and enter. Now, some of you may have seen some code which goes along the lines of this. Hello world. And prints out hello world. This is called a print statement. And most statements in Python work around a very simple basic idea. Code, bracket, additional info. It may even include a dot, which includes other functions. But before we go into really coding in general, we're going to stick with some basic math functions. Boring, I know, but essential, you'll see. So let's start with some really basic numbers. We have 2 plus 3, which equals 5. Easy. Let's go 5 minus 1, which is 4. We know that. 5 times 2, which should be 10. Times is with the star. Divide is a slash. Simple enough. To check for modulo, so let's see how many times a number goes into a number. For example, 4 modulo 2 is 0. 2 goes into 4 2 times, and therefore there is no remainder. That's how modulo works. You can also do power, which is just a double star. Let's just say 4 to the power of 2, which should be 16. And yeah, that's basically it. That is all the math you need to know. Okay, now let's do something else. Let's start with variable assignment. Now you can assign a variable to pieces of data to better understand the data and better organize your data. So for example, if you ask a customer for how many apples. Now I like to use a camel text format, and a camel text format basically works like a lowercase and an uppercase and then another uppercase. It basically looks like a camel. You may not want to do this. You may actually prefer to work with underscores, which may look nice in Python, but that's up to you. Let's stick with underscores. Then you use the equal sign to show that you're assigning a value. And let's put a number. They want 10 apples, and then we assign a value for the cost of apples, which may equal $2 per apple. Now let's say we want to print out a cost, so total cost, and we know that total cost will be equal to how many apples, and Jupyter has a really smart function where you can press tab and it automatically completes the thing for you depending on what variables you form, plus the cost of apples. And let's say we want to print out the total cost. Remember how we printed out hello world just now with the code and then the additional info? So the print, the brackets, and then the text. Let's do the exact same thing here. Let's go print brackets, and Jupyter Notebook completes the brackets for you. Total cost. Now notice how I didn't put the quotation marks, which I did. Well, the thing is, it's not printing total cost, because if I say this, print total cost, it'll just print total cost, not the function that we have designed it to do, or the purpose of the function. Now let's remove the quotation marks. Now let's run this code. Again, we have 10 apples, and the cost of apples is 2. Let me just change this real quick, I just realized. And let's print it out. And it's 20. Now we can go ahead and change these. Let's say the cost of apple went up, and let's say you bought less apples this time. We can go again, print it again, and now it's 36. Simple. That is one of the basic things you have to know in Python. It's a really basic piece of code. And yeah, that essentially sums up today's lesson. We were just talking about numbers and understanding the different data types in Python. This is very, very important. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Also, if you made it through this entire video all the way to this point, even though I know this video is short, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate the support. Go ahead and leave a sub. I would really, really appreciate it. And go ahead and press the notification bell too to keep up to tabs on the latest Python videos and all my other tech videos. So thank you so much.